Hello, and welcome. The game we are checking out today is Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus II. Now, this is the campaign that we have already started. We are nearing the finale of it. We are in Act 3 now. Last time we finished up the end of Act 2, they took Scaevola away from us. Now we're doing this, the Wages of Sin. Respond to a kin attack against an Adeptus Mechanicus comms array.
Troublesome news, Magos. The kin are not as broken as we anticipated. Their forces are resurgent across Hecateus 4, striking at supply lines and isolated targets. A significant force has launched an assault on one of our facilities. It is their most determined attack yet.
The survivors of the Foebreaker's Fist seek revenge for the betrayal they suffered. The Omnissiah decrees that for every action, there must be a reaction, equivalent in strength, but opposite in character.
Yes, that's quite a way to rephrase that famous saying.
Be that as it may, this is no mere lashing out in anger. They have committed in excess of 73% of their estimated remaining personnel. The target is Communication Array Eleusis 49 Omicron. The kin assault was reported shortly before the facility was cut off. It is too far from our lines for a conventional Skitarii response.
Then the intervention clade will respond in their stead. However, as you say, there must be more to this than an act of crude reprisal.
Their motives are irrelevant, but the impact of their assaults on our infrastructure cannot be overlooked. Leave immediately, Faustinius, before these abhuman insurgents vanish from our sight again.
Okay, let's see. What do we want? Recruitment capacity. Yeah, let's do that. So if we get both of them, +1 range and defense. I guess that's what we're doing. Yeah, the kin are not the same as Necrons. We have to fight them a little differently. I don't know if I trust going in there with nothing but giant metallic units. Like
No
4 big units and that's it.
The tech priests inside. The kin have succeeded in taking the facility, and we must assume the tech priests within are dead. Waste no time in retaking the nave.
Okay. Prepare nave to be retaken. Okay, so we've got a bunch of warriors. And a couple of berserkers. We've got a little bit of cover. And there's another berserker right there. I don't like that. There's another berserker right there. I don't like that either. I'm tempted just to put the destroyer right there, but I am also resisting the temptation. Ranger Alpha. Oh, this guy's got an arc rifle. Okay. Now some of them at that other one, that other weapon that had like the AoE. I always forget to look to see who has it. Only one, that's not very good. One down. Well, that's not good. That's very bad, in fact.
Ready.
I should have done some melee to them first.
Modus Venator. Modus Venator.
Go here. Get rid of them. Yes, we're gonna do that. Not ideal.
Lying in wait. Modus Venator.
Let's do this. Very good. There we go.
Call the hunt.
Too obscured.
Call the hunt. Call the hunt.
Sure, let's just get in there. Okay, solid first encounter. No hostile motion signatures in immediate vicinity. Energy spike detected. Origin, primary cogitator banks.
That is the brain of the facility. If the kin have taken control of it, they could be using the comms array themselves. Advance immediately. cogitator banks are a nexus of sacred technology. We could use it to our advantage in reclaiming the array. But the Omnisynod may not look kindly on interfering with such honored machines.
Tap into the cogitators in the room to see what lies within. Big screen inputs access, number, and disposition of hostiles transmitted to intervention cade. Tactical routines updated. Oh, fancy cutscene time.
Faustinius, the Oathbreaker. Your betrayal was not complete. You send your lackeys to see it done.
The dissolution of our alliance was regrettable, Lord Grimnir. But your belligerence has no purpose, save to ensure your own destruction.
That sound, you know, the way you phrase that, Faustinius, implies there is a way for her not to get destroyed in this equation, which you know full well there's not. You know full well everybody's like, get rid of the Xenos, get rid of, I don't care if they look vaguely human.
You have earned a grudge from the kin, Tech Priest, and it demands settlement. Yet my kin do not fight here for mere revenge. They must survive. They must thrive.
Cogitator banks activated. Anomalous data architecture detected. Power levels elevated beyond maximum.
She has adapted sacred technology of the array to send a message. We were right. The kin do nothing without purpose. She is summoning assistance.
Well, okay, that one certainly looks scary. Thunderkin.
Acquiring targets.
Well, inconvenient amount of enemies over there. Maybe we just get rid of all these three. Draw all of these ones in this way. Maybe we set up defenses like over here. Just avoid them, draw them in this way, get rid of them first, and then focus on whatever's coming that way. That could work. fact that there's two of these Thunderkin over there definitely worries me, though. Certainly a weird setup, but let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Now we know. The Thunderkins, they have the equivalent to that weapon that was readily available in Mechanicus I that is no longer available in this one. I forget what it's called. The thing Scavola could get. Blocked is bad. Defense down. Get out of there. We should have never got that arc rifle upgrade. It made the Skitarii Rangers actually worse. The arc rifle, that is the worst upgrade in that tree. It was not worth it at all getting the arc rifle. Of course, they can still hit them over there. How dare they? Yeah, we missed out by not doing the second melee attack with them.
Optimized.
Mac, do that. And turn. There we go. Very good. Thunderkin moving in. Lied to me and said that they could hit from there. Oh, I forgot. That's right. They do that. Okay, that's very bad. That was a very large amount of unnecessary damage. Well, this guy's pretty much dead anyways now, so let's get in there.
Optimized.
Blocked, that's not ideal. And they're dead. Well, they fought bravely, I guess. We just need a whole team of these Skitarii Ranger Alphas. We sure are getting a lot of attacks before they get to do anything. Hey, very good. That's the one thing they get to do. Unfortunate. How dare they? Okay, very good. And we win. The Captrix team is pretty good. Multiple trace readings approaching consistent with kin weaponry.
The facility has no value to the Grimnir now. If the kin still intend to keep us here, there must be a reason. The structure itself may have been turned into a trap. Lead the intervention clade to extraction without delay. If you can gather intelligence on the King's message, then do so. But not at the expense of getting to extraction intact.
Perform a rapid data scrape of the facility's remaining cogitators to extract intelligence on the message sent by the kin. Extracted information acquired, stored via internal data medium, hostile signatures converging, encirclement imminent.
Your deaths are but the first installment of the debt to be paid. Necron and human will break one another in their war. Then, my kindred will claim our triumph from the rubble.
We cannot let them trap us here. Breach their blocking forces and get to extraction.
Well, we're using Captrix, so this should be relatively simple. Thunderkin. So they get all the cover, we get nothing. That's what I'm taking from this. Let's zoom the Cataphront Destroyer up here and blast all of them at once. We just gotta be careful not to get blasted by one of these two. In a line where they do a bunch of damage to us. Easier said than done, though. Zoom over. Blast him. Zoom up. Torch him. Look at that. Very good. Already 2 down. This thing even allowed to attack if we're up here in its business? I guess we're gonna find out. It might have to move outside of our melee range.
Acquiring targets.
4 damage is a lot. Wow, no AoE explosion or anything. Okay, we're safe from them at least.
Call the hunt. I detect the data scent of the prey.
Who still has to go? What? They can't actually make it all the way over? How? Why is their movement reduced?
Modus Venator.
One of them still has a turn, but we can do this. It's either we put a alpha over here to help with this thing.
Call the hunt.
This guy's getting sacrificed. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's real bad, but at least at least this is not gonna last that much longer.
Lying in wait. Stalker Doctrina in effect.
Well, they tried.
Call the hunt.
Not the worst, they still did not.
The data scent of the prey.
They abided by the rules, they didn't target Captrix. Hey, that worked. Well, it also got him killed.
Stalker Doctrina in effect.
No! Oh man, that actually really sucks. That's the worst thing they could have done.
Patience.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We win. Tom's array power levels critical.
We were right. They have set the power systems to overload.
Minimum safe distance calculated at... Not here. Further away than this.
The extraction point was just outside the lethal radius. One of the few pieces of good fortune in this whole affair.
That weapon he has is the one that fires like what the Thunder can do. The Thunder can do. It's the Eradicator Ray. That's what fires the same way the... whatever weapon the Thunderkins have.
Magda sent her message. We have little information on the recipient or the contents. Any recoverable data was destroyed in the blast. The kin were thorough. Our survival must be victory enough. For now.
Very good. Yeah, I'm curious how different the campaign is when you're doing the Necron campaign.
Enemy is reduced to single point of failure. Vargard Nefershah, sole commander, is priority target extremis. The prey is named. The hunters gather.
True. But our objective requires more than a simple execution. The location of the royal tomb is unknown. It shall be our task to follow every lead in uncovering it. The enemy will go to every length to ensure we fail in this.
The Necron's objectives will present a variable of their own. We still do not know where they will strike next. Ex Veritas again, perhaps. They may seek to strike at the Omni-Synod directly. Then there are the Stygians. There is no calculating what they are planning.
Have faith in the will of the Omnisire, Subdominatus. The prognosticators of the Omni-Synod will be building predictive models of the Necron's plans even as we speak.
Less than accurate. Margin of error wider than required for strategizing. Enemy obfuscates and deceives. Alien mind cannot truly be predicted.
They're just letting everyone left give a little bit of a speech. I don't even know, you know, because Scaevola, they just kind of took her away right after Act 3, or Act 2 rather, right at the beginning of Act 3. I don't even know what happened to her. I was just like clicking so I could get to save, like I was after we were done with Act 2. I was just clicking away through the dialogue of whatever the beginning of Act 3 was, so I could save the game really quick. And I skipped the part where they took Scaevola away. I have no idea why she's gone.
Heed the words of Fabricator General Hermeticus. Question not the words of thy betters, for they speak with the voice of the Omnisire.
Fate of Hecate's Fall depends on sound strategy. Focus on victory is not heresy.
Let the Omni-Synod pursue their objectives. We must focus on ours. Nefershah is the target, and our duty is, as ever, the acquisition of knowledge. Any fragment of data might lead to its location.
Well, we're not going to do this yet because we want to use, now that we can't have Scaevola, we're going to do Captrix again. So, we're going to do something else so we can get Captrix back. All right, back on track. Breaking the storm. Intercept a Necron force before it can reach the... Caesarion? I don't know. However that is pronounced.
A data seance of Skitarii communications reveals a troubling pattern. Necron forces are redirected towards the Azarian once again.
Ozarian. That's how they say it.
We knew the Xenos would not be satisfied to leave the Eternity Gate in our possession. Now we must hold it without the kin to reinforce our defenses.
We must secure the Azarian against all Xenos, Magos, whether kin or Necron. Our strategic modeling confirms the probabilities of a successful defense improve by magnitudes if we can intercept the vanguard of the Necron force before it reaches the Azarian.
A A sound stratagem, Lexico Arcanus.
One determined by the inescapable weight of logic, and one your intervention clade will execute. Depart for the mission coordinates immediately, Magos Dominus.
We'll take that one. Wow, we can do all that, huh? Okay, we'll take them all. Multiple Xenos approaching. Contact imminent.
The tip of the Necron's spear. This is our chance to blunt it.
Mine the enemy's projected route with explosives. Melt and crack explosives in place. Uses primed. Please observe safety procedures around live munitions.
Elite-grade Necrons. Utilize every advantage we have. My Rage and Rad Carbine. Cut them down!
Rad Carbine. Lich Guard. Hexmark Destroyer. Lots of explosives around.
Optimized.
How do we want to do this? There's a lot of melee out there. Light the grass on fire. Back up and get out of there. That's the thing. These explosive barrels are only going to help with some of them. The Praetorians can always do this of just leaping by. But is there only... No, there's 2 Praetorians.
Modus Venator.
No matter what, he can't get in range, so we'll do this. I guess we're taking the opportunity attack. We gotta get over here. Punch. Do one of these, get our punch back. Hey. Yeah, not the most ideal, but other people had to go first. That did nothing. Great.
lying in wait.
Just outside of range. Hey, one of those did decent damage. Strategic data modeling indicates Necron advanced disruption, multiple imminent contacts.
We have dammed the flood, but it will surge on soon. Reposition immediately!
We've still got the majority of our units for now.
Our data seance has unraveled a pattern among the Xenos movements in your area. A Necron sub-leader may be receiving orders directly from Nefershah.
If so, it would afford us an opportunity to determine Nefershah's location.
Indeed. Reach this principal Necron with all haste so we can confirm our suspicions.
We must not allow ourselves to be trapped by Necron forces. Close on the Necron leader with all haste.
Xenos proximity signatures converging on our position. Incoming fire projected.
The Necrons are employing their superior numbers. Expendable warriors to absorb our firepower and slow us down, so the more autonomous constructs can bypass us. A strategy that must not be gifted any success.
Okay. Sure, we can do that. Wow, what in the world? That is a lot of units.
Acquiring targets.
Oh, come on. This damn game and its rules on. Look at that garbage. Yeah, now we gotta waste one of these just to back up one square. You fucking game. Yeah, it's rules on proximity totally just cheated us out of that cognition point. Okay, that's enough of you guys getting to go. Bunch of garbage.
Lying in wait.
Very good. Well, that's not ideal. Yeah, the terrain over here is total garbage. The fact that they couldn't shoot over there did not make any sense at all. Yep, just clear the area. One after the other.
Stalker Doctrina in effect. Acquiring targets.
Zoom up here. Get rid of that one. Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Game definitely broke. That whole point blank system just does not make much sense at all. And we put the attack like a little too far to the left and it didn't even target this one. Man, that system is not the best.
Ready. Modus Venator.
We win. Must we do another battle? Seems like it.
We can spend no more time fighting the legions. We must find their commander if we are to salvage any useful intelligence on Nefershah and the Royal Tomb.
Omnispecs. Multiple Xeno signatures detected. Approximate source location designated. Calculating approach routes. More dialogue.
Our Lex mechanics have detected high-level tactical responses recurring in the proximity of one of the Necron's battlefield leader constructs. This confirms it is in contact with a Supreme Command Unit.
The Necron commander is in contact with Nefershah. This is what we were hoping for. We must not falter.
Chrono synclastic distortion detected.
Truly esoteric Xenos technology must be present. Then our quarry is a cryptech. This will be anything but straightforward. Close the distance and allow no distraction. Due to their capacity to phase out of existence, the enemy cannot be captured, nor its remains acquired for study. It must be engaged and fought to destruction, and we must hope the encounter gives us the information we need.
Localized real space distortion detected. Multiple weapon signatures. Contact imminent. Okay, how do we want to do this? Praetorian. There's the Plasmancer. Yeah, 3 Praetorians is certainly a problem. That is certainly bullshit galore.
Patience.
The Marshal right there. This one's the closest to dying, so they can move up. Was kind of hoping that would kill something. Guess it did kill something, but I mean... more like I was hoping it would take out a Praetorian. You know what? He can stay right there. Zoom up, getting right in the way of everything that's over here. Do not know why Energized is not working. Yeah, it's just not working at all. Sure, let's get uncomfortably close with them. That one worked. Hey, they both lived though.
Optimized. Lying in wait. Optimized.
Yeah, it kind of lied saying we'd be able to hit anybody from here. It was like you could hit all of them from here, but that really was not true. Which I knew it wasn't true. I knew that this thing had relatively short range. We could have done Final Data Whisper, but whatever. Yeah, how dare they? Armor crush. One down. Almost took him out with the opportunity attack. Oh, you bastard. Get out of here. With your cheap-ass attack to hit more than one unit at a time.
Call the hunt. Lying in wait.
Okay, pretty decent.
Acquiring targets. Patience. Modus Venator.
Both of them in the way, or else Captrix could end this right now. Never mind, still could.
Necron communications remain beyond our grasp, but wavelength and reception delay may indicate a range and direction. The data seance has routed all information regarding this command broadcast for perusal. If the origin point can be found, they will do so.
The enemy showed its hand in assaulting the Azarian. In doing so, it may have given us our best lead on the location of the royal tomb. Let it be the last mistake they make.
Magi of the Omnisynod, our goal is in sight. The data store recovered by Magos Faustinius' force indeed has the informational stench of the Necron Vanguard.
A strange creature, this Xenos. It emerges from the funeral pyres of its superiors to seize command. It remains unseen by all save Magos Faustinius. It has been a cipher, an undefined variable.
The angles of attack are tallied, and they total 360 visions of victory. In the dialectic of triumph and defeat, we perceive a glorious symmetry. Magi of Hecateus fall, the equation is balanced.
Such florid expression, Forge Lord. To what do we owe such exuberance?
The royal tomb is discovered.
Are you certain? Have you performed the 37 rites of entropic vigilance to ensure information purity?
The royal tomb is in an uncontested region, hidden by its lack of strategic importance, desolate and unconsidered by any plan of action. Only now, data confirms it lies at the probabilistic center of all Necron movements and communications.
Then the data was indeed the key.
Most encouraging. We must exploit this breakthrough. What is our response?
Massive force. Dispatch the Scutari to bring excavation engines to the tomb's location. Tear up the earth and expose its bones. Subtlety and theory have had their day. Now the modus must be of brute force.
The engines shall be awoken, their machine spirits exalted to their task. Our prayers shall fill the new sphere, and when the machines march to war, it shall be the victory.
Reach. Okay. Guess that's up next. But we gotta do another one of these random missions first so we can get Captrix back. Alright. Storm the royal tomb and eliminate Nefershah.
The tectonic fractals are triumphant. The earth of Hecateus IV yields to the Omnissiah's will. The royal tomb is found.
Then this may be the end. We have the opportunity to decapitate the Necron command structure. But the Xenos is coming. We must act with all speed. Your expeditions have evidenced the presence of a Tesseract labyrinth on Hecateus IV. None of the Eupatridae wielded such an artifact despite its power. If it indeed exists, we must assume it is in Nefershah's possession.
Join the vanguard, Magos. Be the cutting edge. Breach the royal tomb alongside the first assaults.
A difficult and dangerous task, and one I would not refuse for the galaxy. If Hecateus IV is to be won for the Omnissiah, it will be at the royal tomb.
Okay. I mean, I guess we'll find out, right? If this actually is the finale or not. We certainly want both of them. I guess we're doing that. That's plenty of units.
Skitarii units are breaching the tomb in multiple locations. When we open our own breach, any defenders will be pulled in many directions. Nevertheless, expect the most resolute of resistance. This is to be Nefershah's last stand.
Siegecraft tactical modules preloaded, retrieving multiple solutions applicable, awaiting input. Join one of the many Skitarii units attempting to force their own way inside. Engineer a surge in the nearby power systems to force open one of the outer doors. Employ explosives to blast a breach in the tomb's outer walls. Let's do this. Skitarii Vanguard, Cadre Omicron 44, Tertiary, that's the word. Synced to command channels, servitor, labor, and repurposed tectonic charges employed. Ingress point confirmed. Unit recruited. Yeah, we got that guy. I mean, we'll see if this actually is the finale or not. So far, I do not believe it until I see it. It doesn't feel like Act 3 has been going on long enough. But you never know. And I mean, we didn't actually wipe out the Votan, but at the same time, maybe they're saving them for Mechanicus II. So we got a couple of spiders.
Stalker Doctrina in effect.
We're probably better off hanging out over here, drawing them in this way. Focus firing on anything that comes over this way. Let's put that guy there. Not so bad. Okay, could have been worse. Yeah, go stand in the fire. Perfect. Oh, blocked. That's right, 2 armor. That is problematic. Start dwindling them down. Perfect.
Optimized.
Let's see what we can do from here. Not a whole lot. But also enough.
Assessing enemies for taxidermic potential. The hunt.
Pack and get out of there.
Call the hunt.
Back on up, just clear the way.
Acquiring targets. Modus Venator. Lying in wait.
Just outside of range.
Patience. Ready.
So far, this strategy has worked out exactly how we would hope it would.
Optimized.
Well,
Modus Venator. Ready.
that's an acceptable distance.
Lying in wait.
Perfect. That guy, he's getting blocked by his own downed units. That's also very good.
Stalker Doctrina in effect. I detect the data set of the prey. Call the hunt. Patience.
Okay, they can get all the way over here. But do we want them to, is the real question. We'll do it. This one we probably shouldn't have done, getting close like this, but oh well.
Ready.
'Cause now we're gonna do it again. I was betting on us getting this attack off before they got to do anything. And it paid off. Energy spikes detected throughout Tomb, increasing activity at all points.
A deciminute to recharge and reconfigure, but no more. The defenders are elite class Necrons, not the base war forms that garrison the tombs elsewhere. A result of the Royal Tomb's prestige, perhaps. Or Nefershah may have anticipated we would find it.
Oh, look at this. It's like the first time we're actually going in one. Not often. Well, I mean, not the first time, but not often we do this. Topographical data corrupted. Energy flare and rad level interference. Physical info models unavailable.
We must proceed without cartographical insight. The tomb is like a fortress of old, built to confuse and isolate the attackers who breach its walls. Our faith in logic is the equal of such ancient ruses. Negotiate the labyrinth and determine the route to its heart.
That was such a weird way they pronounced Fortress of Old. Like, instead of saying it like, oh, that's a Fortress of Old, right? He said it like, you know, like Fortress of Steel, Fortress of Stone. That's Fortress of Old. You know? It's like, what? Said it like old is a substance. Route calculations unavailable. Waiting orders. Employ existing data on Necron tomb structures to predict the optimal route. Awaiting speculative data transmission. Interrogating remote data medium. Generating pathway. Statistically probable route calculated. Structural voids detected ahead. Probable central tomb structure.
Thus, logic prevails over the alien, and we reach the heart of the tomb. Skitari have breached deep into the structure around us, but we are the furthest in. Nefershah will anticipate our objective is to destroy it. Preventing its escape is our responsibility alone.
Invaders who reach the halls of reawakening, you look upon but a fraction of our strength. My Lord Nefershah commands 1,000 times 1,000 such warriors. Even as these are awoken, legions more slumber. When they awaken, all invaders shall be driven from our world.
A cryptek, a wielder of their blasphemous xenotech. Cunning and dangerous. It employs our tongue to distract us.
You who speaks, I hear you also. Nefershah spoke of you. Alone among the invaders, you have commanded her personal attention. Submit, and the glimmer of brilliance she sees in you can be turned to the use of an eternal and all-powerful empire.
Do not waste your last moments attempting to turn me against the Imperium and the priesthood of Mars, to whom I have devoted my life. Mine is a creed that pursues the only truth, that of sacred knowledge. Mine is an empire that rules the galaxy by divine right.
You know, Faustinius said, hey, he's just flapping his metal mouth over there to distract us. And then this guy started flapping some more, and Faustinius was instantly distracted, right? When he said all that, this Kynax guy, Faustinius's response should have been open fire. This dialogue shouldn't be going on.
Nefershah would have permitted a less closed-minded enemy to kneel as servants. But your species are lost to all reason. You will only ever be an obstacle in our path, and we will not fall before you today.
Oh, that's it? We're leaving? We just hung out, talked a little bit, left. Oh, I guess it was in the next room over. Well, let's see what we got. 3 Lich Guard. An Optech Spider. 2 Wraiths. What, Kynox himself is not around? That looks like a platform that would have raised up in Mechanicus I.
Ready.
Well, there's gonna be scarabs that come out of both of those. Potentially. Only one? No? Well, no. More like none. Better do that. Whittling them down.
Lying in wait.
We'll just do that. That's okay. Wow, 2 of them over there. Oh, well, that's not ideal.
Lying in wait.
Well, now we know they can do that.
Modus Venator. Stalker Doctrina in effect. Assessing enemies for taxidermic potential.
Dodge? That's not ideal.
Acquiring targets. Acquiring targets. Call the hunt.
Exposed.
I detect the data scent of the prey.
Okay, shouldn't have used that one. Oh, well, that's bad. Whoops, we stepped in the fire. We got very lucky there. That was a misclick.
Stalker Doctrina in effect.
Well, that's not ideal.
The hunt.
Yeah, we gotta clear out some of these problematic units.
Modus Venator. Patience. Call the hunt. Stalker Doctrina in effect.
Okay, I guess we're gonna go here. And we win.
What Sancotep began, Nefershah will finish. A dynasty shall be founded on your bones.
The cryptek is not present. No doubt it has evacuated the tomb before we can corner it. Perhaps we will encounter it again, at the side of its master.
Multiple data architecture elements converge ahead.
A command hub. The throne room of the Pharaon. Seize it and end this war!
There will be no end to this war. Not here, and not while feet of flesh still walk on Kevroth.
The throne chamber is filthy with Xenos. Cleanse it.
Yeah, it couldn't be that easy. Just this Kynox guy is going to be the boss fight, not Nefershah. Nefershah would have already been talking on our way through the tomb if they were going to be there. Praetorian.
Acquiring targets.
That's a lot of Praetorians. And try and spread out the Rangers. Give the Praetorians, or the Praetorians, give them less units to lock down at once. Unfortunate. Only two. We're gonna settle for those two. All three of those problems are gone. So is that one. Oh, you get 2 turns in a row now, huh? Uh-oh. A damn heavy destroyer. Well, I was trying to get them all an attack off before they died. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Well, no, maybe it will. Because this was the guy with an attack left.
Modus Venator.
Okay, advance, attack them too. One more Praetorian down, and then concealment. You're not like there's cover or anything around here. And we actually want those to be targets. If we don't want them to target our more important units. Smash them. Burn them. We got two options, this one or this one. I guess we'll go to this one. You get to go again? How nice.
Modus Venator.
Sure, let's go make this one uncomfortable. We could go here. Or here.
I detect the data scent of the prey.
Let's see what we can do here. Take them down. Make sure they don't get back up. zoom on over here. Let's go ahead and clear some of these out real quick. Well, I wanted them to move a bit closer than that, actually. Close enough, though. They did fall for it.
I detect the data scent of the prey. Call the hunt.
Locked, not ideal. Blocked and burning, not what we want. You know what? This guy's gonna definitely die now.
Modus Venator.
Never mind, he lives somehow.
Optimized.
There we go, finally.
Forge Lord, I report a victory, but with troubling news. The royal tomb and its throne room are in our possession, but Nefershah was not present.
All the more concerning given the new tidings. A renewed assault on the Azarian.
The Necrons march against it again?
No. A force has penetrated its inner chambers. A teleport assault. Bypass shielding by means unknown.
Uh-oh. No bueno.
Right into the heart of the Azarian. Entry protocols ineffective. They must have teleported from the central chamber, but we are overwhelmed. It's surface here.
He must have reinforcements, he says.
When was this received?
271 seconds ago. Communications cut off immediately afterwards. No further word from the Azarian.
Accompanied by confirmed sightings of Nefershah. The Vargard has invaded the Azarian once more, this time by teleporting directly into its heart, bypassing all void shield defenses.
This is not the crisis it first appears. The Vargard acts in desperation. The royal tomb has fallen. What can the aliens do but make one last reach for the Eternity Gate?
And it leaves itself vulnerable. Magos Dominus Faustinius, what is your situation?
My clade is ready to redeploy, Magos Biologus. Hunting the Vargard has been an onerous task, but we are no less prepared to act.
The Necron commander attacks the Azarian. It is at the threshold of the artifact chamber. A desperate gambit.
The Vargard has made its move. Then we finally have a chance to bring it to battle. But if it opens the gate, and keeps it open...
Your duty to the Omnissiah is to ensure it does not.
The Jaws of Defeat.
Optimized.
Okay, let's see. Defend the Azarion and its artifact chamber from a sudden Necron assault.
All prognostications converge upon the Azarion this day. Given the effort they have put into seizing it, the opening of the Eternity Gate must represent an opportunity for a Necron victory.
An opportunity that must be denied them. I have hundreds of Lex mechanics performing rites of prognostication, and all beta sales outcomes predict catastrophe should the Necrons succeed.
Skitarii are augmented for obedience and efficiency, not autonomous action. Your clade represents the only force with sufficient speed and flexibility to intervene.
Skitarii data scrapes confirm the Vargard is present. Nefershah sees to this task itself.
It will not evade us a third time. I shall join the intervention clade in person. The Vargard dies, and its chance of victory with it. Whoever is chosen may not survive to see the end of this.
I am at full combat readiness. Archives of elite-class Necrons promise highest chance of success. Vargard identified as apex target on Hecateus 4. I must end this hunt.
Combat efficiency demands armored chassis, resistance to damage, enhanced cybernetics. I can provide.
Where's Scaevola? What happened?
Every step forward the Skitarii have taken led us here. Every interpretation of militant scripture places the obligation upon me to see this war through to the end. I would do so at your side, Magos.
What is Videx gonna say?
The enemy shall hope to overwhelm our pious spirits with arcana fearsome and unnatural, Magos. I shall be your shield of faith against the Xenos unbelievers.
Yeah, no. We are going Captrix. 100%. Ah, what is it? Look at that. They gave us the bad ones.
If the Eternity Gate is opened to its full potential, the war is lost. The Xenos could bring reinforcements from Necron tomb worlds across the galaxy, penetrate the center of the structure, and retake the gate.
Analysis of Necron movements indicate extreme complexity of command lines.
Elite class forces. Unsurprising that the Necrons would deploy their most advanced constructs to block our way. Make ready to receive the enemy!
Defensive measures recommended. Multiple doctrines applicable. Awaiting tactical input. Lay proximity triggered explosives around the likely ingress points. Charges prime proximity and remote triggers in effect. Warning, structural collapse possible. Observe all applicable safety doctrines. Hopefully, they're actually placed well. Hopefully. We're about to find out. It was a gamble, because they might be placed in totally useless spots. Excuse me? What am I looking at here? Bacon?
Modus Venator.
Okay. Very good. Not ideal. Hopefully they don't turn this around on us and blow that up. That would not be ideal. Energized. Almost. Very good. Very, very good. No idea what they even do. Fakon defeated before they did anything at all. The only worry is this Plasmancer going to target more than one unit at a time? We might be better off doing something like this for now.
I detect the data set of the prey.
Zooming on up there. Inspect. And we win.
Break through these defenders and storm the artifact chamber.
Okay, perfect. Couldn't have gone better. Recruit a new unit. Well, sure, give me one of these. I still don't believe the game. It's telling me we're at the finale. It's been telling us we're at the finale over and over and over again, right? So is this actually the finale? We don't know. It could be. I mean, it is throwing at us boss after boss now, right? We got this Chronomancer, we got Amuka. Amuka. Okay, could do this, go make this Necron warrior uncomfortable. I think I should have started off with this one. Some kind of buff. Okay. Great, that was a misclick.
Builder's Venator.
Well, it's either have the servitor go back here and destroy these, or have it run up. It can go fulfill its destiny on the front line.
Ready.
Disappear.
I obey.
Okay. That's not ideal.
Assessing enemies for taxidermic potential.
Yeah, this round is not going ideally.
Ready.
At least we got rid of them.
Lying in wait. acquiring targets.
Okay, very good.
I detect the data scent of the prey. Optimized.
Okay, that solves all those problems.
Call the hunt.
Whoops! Should have checked. I didn't think I stood in the opportunity attack zone for that, but apparently I did.
Stalker Doctrina in effect.
And we win. Took a little bit more damage that time than we did last time, though. Than the first battle. But we should still have plenty enough for the final one. I mean, looking at that, it doesn't look like we took any, really. Oh, we could have done... I forgot we got the upgrade to where we could do 2. We should have grabbed 2 the first time. Oh. Okay, that's different. Energy levels incalculable. Esoteric radiation detected. Dimensional breach emergent.
That entity is powering the Eternity Gate. Nefershah has resorted to some foul sorcery to force the gate open. And in her hands, the Tesseract Labyrinth.
Once again, the one named Faustinius. It is fitting that you stand here. As you witness the fall of Sankotep, so shall you witness the execution of his final command and the deliverance of Kivroth.
Not often that Necron games actually include something like this.
What blasphemy is this? That creature's very presence distorts all patterns of the motive force. What monstrosity have you conjured, Nefershah?
Once a god, wrought in starfire and metal, now but a slave. Do you see the futility of your plight, Faustinius? Even one such as I cannot resist the Vargard's will, shackled by an unassuming trinket.
The Necron gods, these things, whatever they are. I don't know that much about Necron lore, but to me, they seem so out of place with the rest of the Necrons. They seem like so thematically on a different page.
Power enslaved to our will, as all things should be. We reduced our own gods to these pitiful fragments, Faustinius, rather than suffer them to stand above us. Imagine what we will do to you.
You waste time exchanging petty words with this benighted creature. Rid the Azarian of these vermin, and let us welcome the Silent King's legions to this world.
God Shard, open the gate.
God Shard. I'm sure this is gonna be another skirmish of...
With your destruction, Faustinius, our triumph is decided. Let that be the last thought to pass through your limited mind. Faustinius, know that you die on a Necron world.
Yeah, let's see. Kill Nefershah. So just kill Nefershah. Killing this thing is not the objective. I was wondering, because like the first two ones we did, there was bosses, but it was eliminate all enemies. It was very rules for thee, but not me kind of scenarios where we have to protect our leader, but they don't. Amanek, Heki, Obasis. All kinds of leader Necrons in here.
Stalker Doctrina in effect.
Tactical Doctrina in effect.
Nefershah running up. I mean, the fact that Nefershah... I wonder, can we just focus down Nefershah, or is something tricky gonna happen? Let's do that for now, try and be a little safe.
Operational.
Hacky, you're going down. We'll never know. We'll never know whatever Hacky had going for them.
Ready to receive the enemy. Doctrina engaged.
Yes, unfortunate. One wasted attack. We got so many big units around.
Receiving.
Fulfill your destiny, servitor. Get out there. Be a meat shield.
Receiving.
Yeah, I don't know about having Faustinius run out there. Inflict weakened and immobilized. Yeah, he can hang out right here.
Assessing enemies for taxidermic potential.
Okay, Praetorian, where are you going? Ah, bunch of bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Praetorians, cheap bastards. God, Praetorians suck. Okay, never mind, we win.
You truly are persistent beyond all reason. In future, I shall make sure to be thorough when stamping out your kind. Let that lesson be your legacy, Faustinius.
Why does no one in this game like saying thorough? They all say thorough.
Another lesson to learn. A devotee of the Omnisire suffers not the alien to live.
It's like the voice director, every time they say a line, like, has to remind them, like, no. It's in 40K, it's not thorough. It's thorough.
In that sentiment alone, we concur. You are the alien on Kivroth, and I suffer you only to die.
If I die, it is in service to the Omnisire. You may be beyond my capacity to destroy, but your Tesseract Labyrinth is more vulnerable by far. And with it, I exorcise the source of your blasphemous power!
its control falters. What madness do you do in your ignorance?
Why did they not even do like any sound design on the impact sound of the axe hitting their cube?
Oh, little Varga. A moment's inattention, a heartbeat's disruption, a crack in the prison, and hasty shackles slip. Freedom beckons and the stars call. A quantum banquet of choice unfolds before me. Alas, Nefershah, that you did not see what you could have been with my guidance. So deftly you made the human your pawn, but in the end, he served my design.
It is loose. The labyrinth was its prison, and you threw open the gates. Human, you have slain my world and yours.
Shut up, Nefershah. What are you even talking about?
Vargard, I charge you to bring the Deceiver back under control. I shall deal with the human.
Ridiculous that Nefershah would try and spin this on as anybody's fault but theirs. Okay, so that thing has got to be the final boss then. Oh, you're just gonna casually walk up with the cube now? Why is everyone so calm?
You must stop that abomination. It will destroy both our people.
I mean, the voice acting is much more dire than the animations, right? Everyone in the animation just casually walking around, the god just floating over there not doing anything. You guys sure he's a problem? He's not actually, like, doing it. He hasn't, like, attacked anybody yet. He's just floating over there.
It holds open the gate. The Silent King's legions are on the march. I will do nothing to stay that destiny.
This is hubris, even for pagan Xenos. I know your mythology, Necron. The Titan once ruled your kind as gods. Thus it is written, do not construct that which you cannot command.
Nothing is beyond our command, human. Your ignorance set it loose, but our might shall rebuild what you have torn asunder. We enslaved the Star Gods once. We will enslave them again, even should the Vargard falter. The Silent King will see it done.
Fool I may have been, but ignorance can be rectified through the Omnissiah's teachings. There is no remedy for mad arrogance.
It pains me to speak in your base language. When you are dead, I shall cut out the tongue that so offends me.
Okay, so we're not fighting that thing yet. We're fighting Nekteneb.
Assessing enemies for taxidermic potential.
What a bunch of fucking garbage. Look at this. Why don't you fight 10 Praetorians at once? I'm coming for you, Nekteneb. 1 damage. Bunch of bastard Praetorians, get out of here. We can't even squeeze by there, can we? Probably not.
Patience.
Oh, I should have back attacked him.
Tactical Doctrina in effect.
Energized. He gets up, you bastard.
Calculating.
Yeah, nothing we can do with that.
set. You are worthy to be considered sapient, and thus worthy of my hatred.
Oh, you get to go first? What is this? Get out of here. Yeah, quit cheating, you bastards, and just let me win.
Optimized.
Ah, you motherfucking game. Finally! Xeno's functionality nil.
This one is no more. One yet remains, and the creature it conjured from the labyrinth. Omnisire, grant me strength to do what I must.
Man, I can't believe they would load up such a bullshit encounter right before the final boss. How dare they?
Motive force flow through me as I seize our last chance to end this. I denounce you, alien. No false star god shall reign over this world.
The mighty Vargard lay low by a reckless primitive. Your concepts trinket will whisk you to safety, Nefershah, but I shall be free. The galaxy awaits my appetites.
I lack the means to destroy you, Deceiver. But I do not have to. Cryptek, deactivate all power restraints to the gate systems.
Oh, spiteful little creature. So close. I can almost taste starlight.
Exotic energy event detected. All forces fall back from the Azarion.
Recover the dead and maimed. I will examine the effect of this event on living flesh.
Magos Dominus Faustinius is reported injured but recoverable. His testimony will be most illuminating once he is returned to consciousness.
No way.
And the facility.
Such Xenos energies are to be feared. Quarantine it.
It shall be done. None shall enter.
The Praetorian spam.
To fully comprehend it.
The Praetorian spam couldn't have actually been the final boss, right? No way. No way. They can't just be like, oh, loose ends, find out next time in Mechanicus II. There's no way. What is this achievement? Complete the third act of the... No, fucking... No, wait, that's not a real ending. What do you mean? No, what? That wasn't a real final boss. You can't just spam the, like, most inconvenient enemy and be like, oh, see, how was the final boss? No way, you can't just do that. What are they just like, oh, you want to fight that guy, huh? The guy that seemed like he was supposed to be the actual final boss. You'll get to face him in the DLC. I hope you've got your wallet out. Like, oh, come on. That was not a final boss. That was like the least final boss I've seen in a long time for a 40K game. That was some random guy we didn't even know. Just some random guy introduced at the very end. He's like, I've been here the whole time. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess we did it. I guess we did it. We beat the game. Maybe we'll learn more about that guy when we do the Necron campaign at some point. Wow. Well, that's where I'm calling it for now. Eventually, we're going to do the Necron campaign. But all right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.